I don't know if you heard Jordan Brooks's comment afterwards that he thought the team was affected by the elements up in Green Bay. You're somebody from the North. You played at Penn State. Did the elements affect you? Did the elements affect the team, in your opinion?
I mean, it was definitely different coming from here, not being in Penn State for a while and going back to the cold. But I felt used to it. But it's definitely getting back into it, getting warm and everything. But the main thing, we just got to tackle, make the plays that was in front of us.
So does that happen to guys who come from those environments, but then you spend some time in Miami, you've been in warm weather for several months, and then once you go back, that first time back, it kind of hits you?
I mean, yeah, it hit me the day before when we got off the plane, but I'm kind of used to it, so just got to go out there and just execute, honestly.
Besides missed tackles, what else came up with Anthony Weaver? Talk to the group today as areas that you want shoring up in.
I mean, that was the main thing, just missed tackles. There's times where, it could have been a 1 yard gain or 2 yard gain, but we turned that to 8 yards. So main thing is just tackling and stopping the ball.
John, is it different with the fingers, like grabbing, like when it's cold, the hitting obviously hurts a little more when it's cold, but is it the wrapping up and stuff with the hands? Is that what gets affected by weather mostly?
I mean, yeah, you could say that plays a factor, but honestly, at the end of the day, you just got to tackle, wrap up, run your feet through contact. That's the main thing. I feel like we was wrapping up but not running our feet through contact, so just got to work on those.
So you spent years at Penn State. You played in the cold, like we talked about. And then you come down here after getting drafted. You get off the plane and that humidity hits you in the face. So I guess my question is, what do you find more difficult, adjusting to that heat and humidity coming from the north or coming from the south and going up north to playing cold?
I mean, I wouldn't say either one is difficult. It's just adjusting to, either the cold or the heat, whatever you're in. You just got to adjust to it and be able to play in it. So I wouldn't say it's difficult. It's just something you got to get used to.
What do you think of some of the things that are contributing to your pass rush wins, the run you've been on of late that have now also translated to accumulating some sacks?
I would just say listening more to my coaches, just taking all the information from all the vets and all the older guys, watching film with them, working extra with them, and it's been paying off, so I'm just going to keep doing that.
John, what was the best thing about the run that you were on? Was it, seeing the actual result with the sack or maybe the affirmation that you're doing the right thing? What was 3.5 sacks in 4 games? What was the best thing about that?
I mean, just taking in the information from the vets, doing everything that I could to, make plays and make things happen. And once I took the information from the film room and on the field and took it to the game, it worked out for me. So I'm just going to continue that and then take it one day at a time.
What does that moment feel like when you're doing the chop celebration and you have like 8 guys behind you doing it with you?
I mean, it feels good, especially like just especially Zach. I feel like Zach, every time I did it, Zach was always right beside me. So just seeing Zach after every time I get a sack, it feels amazing just having the whole team do it with me.
How do you feel your pass rush arsenal has increased over your rookie season?
I feel like it opened up. I feel like once I came in, I would just focus on speed. That's the only thing I had. But once I started to learn more against the tackles I was going against and talking with the older guys, I was able to open up my bag and figure out different moves, and I feel like it's been working for me.
What about that? We hear that being wider has helped you. It's given you the option of a two-way attack. Is that accurate, or what has being wider, lining up wider, done for you?
I mean, it sets up different rushes for the tackle. I could use my speed. My main thing is getting off the ball. So once I get off, if he see me so wide, he might try to run out to me. I could take the inside or power him. So it just sets up different moves for the tackle I'm going against.
Are you using the power move more? It seems like you're kind of running through offensive tackles more than you did maybe 6-7 games ago. Is that accurate, or am I imagining that?
I mean, you could say it's accurate. I always started off with that because I feel like a lot of tackles I'm going against, they see my size and everything. They be like, he can't power. So once I bring it to him, I just put them in their mind and it messes up their game a little bit.
John, I think you were 2 years old when Aaron Rodgers was drafted in the NFL. Did you grow up an Aaron Rodgers fan?
Yeah, my older brother, he was actually a Green Bay fan and he loved Aaron Rodgers. So I'm excited to go against him, excited to go against the Jets, excited to go against my former teammate, and just, when the game comes, just excited to play.
What will a sack on Aaron Rodgers mean to you?
I mean, it would mean a lot. Just watching the guy when I was a baby, and then my older brother, that was his guy too. So just doing whatever I can for the team for the win.
Do you and Fasciano talk this week, or is there any Penn State talk there, or Dolphins Jets? Are you guys texting at all this week?
He texted me the other day just asking, I better get that jersey. He told me that he better get that jersey after the game, and we definitely going to make that happen.
How was playing at Lambeau Field? How did that compare to, I guess, Seattle or some of the other places you played this season?
I mean, it was good. It's a lot of experience, a lot of history at that stadium. So just going out there and just soaking it all in. Since I was a kid, I've been seeing it on TV. So it's honestly a blessing just to be out there.
Anything else?
What are some of your memories of going against Fasciano?
I would just say really just one-on-ones every day in practice. You know, when I first got to Penn State, I kept hearing the hype about Olu. And then once I went out there, I tried to just burn him off the ball, and then he put me down to the ground. I was like, okay, yeah, he's the real deal. So I just say, honestly, just the one-on-ones that I went against him every day in practice, and he made me better.
You would get your payback?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Always got my payback.
So how much tougher, if at all, is it to tackle in the running game in particular in cold weather?
I don't think it's tougher to tackle. I think we got to do a better job on surfaces that aren't ideal of breaking down and keeping our feet under us to be able to make those tackles, and then run into the ball, swarm tackle.
Zach, what's the spirit of the team right now? This team has been a pretty resilient group. The 5-game losing streak 2 years ago, all the defensive injuries late last year. What is the team's mindset right now?
I think, we got to take it one step at a time. I mean, we got 5 weeks left. We got to beat the Jets this week. We got to roll. I don't think there's any step back or any hesitation from anyone. There's no sense of that whatsoever. It's make this push and let's get this done.
Obviously, you need help to get into the playoffs. Did you take a peek at the standings at all, or do you just figure you take care of your business, everything else take care of itself?
That's it. Yep, absolutely.
Zach, what was said, as much as you can tell us about the missed tackles? And I don't know if you guys have watched the film yet or anything, but what's been said about
What I
that?
told to Barry, same thing. Got to keep our feet. I mean, we got to keep our feet. We got to swarm tackle, run to the ball, and play violent.
I'll ask you what I asked Jaylen a minute ago. And it's a narrative, if you want to call it a narrative, but it's something that's been said and was certainly said after Thursday night's game, that this is a speed team and not a physical team, not a tough team. What's your response?
I guess we got to prove it wrong. If people think that, we got to go out there and beat it. I don't think that's the case. I think we play physically up front. I think we play physically all around. I think we got to make sure we're showing that on Sunday.
Is there a mental switch that happens when you get into these December and later games, or have you guys already kind of had to turn that on with how the season's gone?
Ever since 2-6, we had to have that on. It's definitely a mindset. When you're at that point, it's like, hey, we got to scratch and crawl out of here as best we can, and that's still possible. So it's just a matter of winning these next 5, and what starts this week with the Jets.
What do you think of facing those Jets? Obviously, a team you have a lot of familiarity with, but haven't seen them in such a long time, and haven't seen them with Aaron Rodgers either.
Yeah, I think they're a great team. They got a lot of weapons. They got a great quarterback. Played a lot of ball. I think he's probably one of the only ones that's played more ball than Calais. So, definitely got to make sure we get in our playbooks and get in the film study and see what's coming at us.
Zach, all the good vibes you guys have from the 3-game winning streak, I know that was a tough loss at Green Bay, but do those vibes still exist, the lessons that you learned, all that kind of stuff?
Absolutely. Obviously, to get to this point, we've went through a lot, and we've done a lot. And I think those games put a testament to that, and I think it shows how powerful we can be. We just need to put it together on all 3 phases this week.
Have you given any thought, either in the offseason or during the season for whatever, under Mike, you guys have had many streaks, win streaks and losing streaks. Why do you suppose that is?
I guess I haven't thought about that. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I haven't put much thought to that. I think it's a matter of just the team in general and what we're going through. We got to stay tough when we are winning, and we got to stay tough when we're losing, and to either get out of it or keep it going.
What can you say about your season? You've got, if I'm not mistaken, career highs in receptions and yards. You've been a main part of the offense through that 3-game winning streak. What do you think of your seasons, and maybe your last 2 seasons even?
Yeah, man. All praise to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, first and foremost. Just having a individually, the best year of my career. So that's one thing that I understand that individuals don't win football games. Lighting up the stat sheet doesn't win football games, but I understand that individuals having individual success, if if the bulk of the team is having individual success, then that's going to lead to a bunch of wins. So just trying to do my part and be the best version of myself for this team to put us in the best situation to win games.
Mike's talked a lot about overplay and capitalizing on overplay as an offense. How have you seen defenses kind of, I guess, adjust over these last few games as you've gotten more and more involved to try and take you away from the offensive game plan?
Yeah, it's we just taking what the defense gives us, man. You can't play everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You know what I mean in this league. So we just continue to try to gives what takes what the defense give us and just continue to execute. Like I said, you can't guard everybody. You can't guard every area of the field. So it's just very imperative to us to capitalize when we see big space and opportunities to make big plays, whether it be down the field or underneath.
What's the mindset of this team right now, Jonnu?
We one game at a time. One game at a time. We still got life. Very optimistic. A lot of warriors in our locker room, man. A lot of fighters in our locker room. Proud to be a part of this team, 100%. And we're going to continue to fight, continue to put our hard hats on and go to work.
This offense had a stretch of games where the run game got going, then now it hasn't been as much. Now Tua has been throwing the ball around to you and even some to Tyreek and Jaylen. What do you think are some of the ways that there can be some more balance found of both getting that run game and that pass game?
Yeah, we got to find some, obviously some tranquility within the offense. You know what I mean? When I say tranquility, I mean more so balance, not peace. But you don't want a peaceful football team. That's not that wouldn't be a good football team. You definitely want to find some more balance in the offense and just get things back to where we know they can be. Like I said, it comes with evaluating the film, holding each other accountable, looking ourselves in the mirror, seeing what we can do better. And we started with that approach today, and that's just going to kind of be the mindset going forward.
Do you feel it is an emphasis for the team to get the run game back going?
Absolutely. You got it. If you want to win in this league, you got to run the ball. Plain and simple. I know even as a pass catcher, listen, I want, obviously I would love to be in the offense. You throw the ball 40, 50 times a game, but if you're not running the ball well, you're just not going to win in this league. If you're not going to run the ball consistently, you're just not consistently well, you're just not going to win in this league. So that's just the point of emphasis that we, strive to reach in this organization.
What do you think has been the key over these last 3 games? Looking up the numbers, it's got to be one of the best 3-game stretches of your career. What do you think has been the key for you?
Oh man, like I said earlier, man, just for me personally, my faith in Jesus Christ, man, has just allowed me to just go out there, play free, play confident. You know what I mean? My faith has allowed me to know that I've been blessed with a gift that can't go to waste. So it's got to be daily work put in, whether that be me staying after practice, me going out there before practice, recovering my body. Rest is also a huge part of, maintaining a high performance because, you're nothing without your body in this league, in any, professional sport. So definitely got to take care of your body. But, just keeping my mind right, man, and just coming up here every day, being joyful that this amazing opportunity I've been blessed with to play this game that I've loved, that I still am in love with, you know what I mean? And just go out there, be free, and, be the best version of myself.
I don't know if you heard the Jordan Brooks comments about the cold weather being a factor. What did you think? Was cold weather a factor in the Green Bay game?
Nah, not really. I think they just outplayed us, out-executed us. And we played in colder weather, so nah.
The new offense that you guys have, is this the offense that's here for the future, do you think? Or do you think you guys go back next year to the big play passing offense that we saw the previous 2 seasons?
I think we're doing a good job of taking what the defense give us, not forcing plays, not putting a quarterback in bad, situation where he got to force to do something or put the ball in jeopardy. So I think we're just doing what the defense allow us to do. We're doing a good job of moving the ball. Just gotta stay ahead of the chains. We'll be all right.
Would you like to see it go back to where you and Tyreek had all those targets and all those receptions?
Whatever help us win. If it's big plays, yeah. If it's defense want to keep a shell, then make us drive. Whichever to help us win.
What do you think can be done in cold weather games to maybe boost the team? If you do face those scenarios again in Cleveland.
You said what can we do?
Yeah.
Man, it's all about mindset, man. They cold, we cold. So go out there and just embrace it, embrace the cold, and live in the moment for real. It was prime time at Lambeau. So yeah, man, just live in the moment, man. You don't get too many games like that.
What about the bigger picture, though, that this is a speed team and not a tough team? You hear that a lot, and you heard it after Thursday night's game. What's your response to that?
I never heard it. I never heard that before.
How does the team bounce back from this?
Oh, man, we got a tough opponent ahead in the Jets. So it's a work week, back to work. We got 5 more games. Every game is, essential now. So, yeah, man, back to work. Yeah, keeping the main thing, and yeah, man, we got a tough opponent this week.
When you guys went back and looked at some of the penalties and the mental mistakes, what would you attribute to some of those?
Yeah, we definitely Mike definitely harp on not killing ourselves before the play. So, I mean, we just have to be better in that aspect of the game. Yeah, but you got to be better.
Jaylen, are there times in the game when you or Tyreek just don't want to come out of the game? And I say that because sometimes you need a couple shots at something before it happens. You know what I mean? Like, are there times when you guys don't want to come out of the games in certain situations?
I mean, unless we're just extremely tired, we normally in the game. And we probably get the play off and then go right in. So me and Reek definitely try to be in the game. We know that it kind of affects how the defense plays us and trying to keep a shell on. So, yeah, we always want to be in the game, always.
Are you guys in a mindset right now where each game is an elimination game? I feel like for you, essentially postseason starts now.
Yeah, man, we dug ourselves into a hole, man. So every game is important now, every game.
You mentioned facing the Jets. What do you think of seeing them again? A team that you have a lot of familiarity with, but you haven't seen them in such a long time, too.
Right, man, yeah. It's gonna be a tough game. Every time we play the Jets, it's gonna be a tough game. A great group. Defense is always great. Yeah, man, we got a lot on my plate this week. Handling everything that comes with them.